Recently, my friends at Mail Order Golf sent across a box of these On Par Distance Max golf balls. Now, I generally tend to play with a Titleist Pro V1 golf ball, however, I was curious to try these out because they are available on the TikTok store for only $12.99 a dozen, which makes them an incredibly cheap option. First impressions of these balls out of the box, not terribly impressed. There's a lot of discoloration between the golf balls in the box. I'm not entirely keen on the logo or icon that you can see there, the target, which is used for alignment, and they just generally have a very kind of cheap feel to them. They're a little bit harder than I would like. However, I was curious to know how well they would perform when hitting them into the net, so I grabbed my 8-iron and my FlightScope Mevo Gen 2 launch monitor and hit all 12 balls. In terms of the feel, they actually felt surprisingly good and a lot softer than I thought they would. So off the club face, I like the feel of them. However, the data indicates that they are a far inferior ball than the Titleist Pro V1 that I normally use. The spin rate was up on these, the smash factor was down, the ball speed was 8 miles an hour slower than my Pro V1, which led to a carry distance drop of 14 yards, which is significant. So for me personally, I wouldn't be swapping out to these anytime soon. However, if you are a beginner golfer, if you're somebody who's looking for a cheap and cheerful option to use this winter, or if you have a slower swing speed, then at $12.99 for 12 golf balls, they might be worth taking a punt on.